Previously on Horror Trivia Night.
This is a little segment we're calling Don't, or Don't. I'm going to name 3 elements from a film, and you're going to tell me whether or not that film was Don't Look in the Basement, Don't Look in the Attic, or Don't Go in the House. Are you ready?
I don't know any of those movies.
Okay,
Don't ask this question.
Your 3 elements are...
Out of the 12 Friday the 13th films,
Jesus.
how many were shot in California?
The Return of Swamp Thing, 976 Evil 2, Slumber Party
976
Massacre
Evil 2.
3. Hold on. Or Ghoulies 4.
Damn it! I knew that.
Good old
No, you
Fritz
didn't.
Weaver.
I do. Now I know it. I know, yeah.
Full Moon High.
That was my other guess. Damn it! Oh.
Is that the whole thing?
That's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
We'll circle back on it later at a different
Okay.
time.
You don't need to.
Let's have a look at those point totals.
Are we actually keeping track?
No, we're not.
And now the conclusion of Salem's Lot.
Piggyback on Damon's Bill Fruitt. In 1986's Killer Party, which band is featured in the film's multi-layered opening sequence, which is a music video that's actually a movie within another movie?
Oh my gosh! The song is "April, You're No Fool." As to why I can't remember the name of the band,
No idea.
Not a clue.
they're called.
I've never seen this movie.
It's a weird one.
I'm so mad. So mad. Why couldn't the question be what's the name of the song? Because that.
Well, yeah, I'll give you partial credit anyway, because the name is not that memorable because it's an easy name to
Right.
forget. But their name is very generic. It is White Sister.
Oh,
White
I remember that
Sisters?
band. They're a real band too, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were. Yeah. They had a
Wow.
song on the Fright Night soundtrack, Save Me Tonight, and also on Halloween 5, Dancing on Midnight. Yeah.
They're one of those bands that just never really, for some reason, the label they were on apparently did a lot of soundtrack stuff, so they got in a lot of movie scores, but they were never a big band. Yeah,
Right.
that kind of made me think of one that I'm just going to pull off the top of my head. The famous song that Crispin Glover is dancing to in Friday 13th Part 4. What is the name of that band? They were a real band, metal band. Love is a Lie is the name of the song. By what band? I have the album. Sought after it for that specific thing.
God. It's not Lion, is it?
Boom! Lion!
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Oh, I was like, I know they did a song somewhere in the Friday the 13th franchise. Okay.
And what was the song he was actually dancing to?
That I don't know.
It was Back in Black by AC/DC.
Okay.
That's what he was actually dancing to on set, and they had to replace it.
Okay.
Anyway, deeper trivia there.
That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. In the blaxploitation film "Welcome Home, Brother Charles," what is the
No, it's gotta-
what is the unusual weapon
You're going there?
our hero used by our hero to enact vengeance upon those who have crossed him?
He has an extending tentacle penis.
That's right. A
I have
sentient
never
giant
seen
penis.
Dude, yeah.
Never seen this.
It's Jama Fanaka, who also did the Penitentiary films.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's totally
It's great.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. Nathan, I think you might know this one. It's about Chuck Connors. Chuck Connors played his final television role as Janos Scorenzi on what series?
Werewolf.
That is correct. The name comes from the character name was also used in Night Stalker. but it was actually Werewolf.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
1987 to 1988, the first season of Fox Television Network. 7 whole episodes.
Wow.
No, it's like 20 episodes, I think.
You sure?
Yeah. Shout Factory was going to do a box set, and then they thought they had the rights, and at the last minute, like, they released the artwork and everything, and then they
Oh,
pulled
wow.
back. This was like 10 years ago. It just has never come to DVD. That's a good one. Good show. Okay. Tagline time.
Oh God. It's
Okay.
always death.
I think this might be kind of easy. I don't know. Some may pass the test. God help the rest.
Jim Cotta. No, that's not it. Never mind.
Some may pass the test. God help the rest.
Yes.
7 Doors of Death. No.
No.
That's not it either? Okay.
No. I don't know if this will be much of a hint, but the year was 1981 that this was released.
Nope.
Initiation?
Fear No Evil?
Initiation?
No.
I said Fear No Evil.
No. It's neither.
What is it?
I clearly have no idea.
Final Exam.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably one of the most boring slashers ever, but it's
pretty
good
bad.
moments. Yeah.
Okay, let me pull another one from my bullshit file. Okay, here we go. Another location thing to piss you off. The main log cabin used in Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, was used just a couple years later as the main house for another horror classic. Exact same house. The only difference is when they showed them going in and out of it, they were going in and out of the rear of the cabin, but they used the interiors, and it was the same place. Just a couple years later. Horror classic. Off top of my head, I think it's 88.
It's the final chapter is the 84.
It's that cat? Yeah. 88. That was correct. Yeah.
This can't be it. I'm gonna guess Phantasm 2.
No. I'll give you a quote from the movie. I'm gonna give you a movie quote. See if it helps. Tore off the head and drank all the blood. Pumpkinhead's gonna get you. Come on, guys. Come on.
Sorry.
All right.
I watched that like last year.
I didn't even think about that. Okay,
All right.
sounds good. Okay.
Obliteration.
All right. In the same vein that in 1987,
See what you did there.
Lost Boys overshadowed Near Dark. In 1999, The Sixth Sense overshadowed what other ghost film, which was based on a story by Richard Matheson?
Stir of Echoes.
Yeah.
Good one.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Okay. Going overseas for this one. In the Spanish horror movie Wreck, what TV show is the reporter working for? This is in the original Wreck.
Oh, fuck.
None of the remakes.
It's like Overnight or All Night.
I haven't seen it in
It's
so
about
long.
people who work jobs overnight.
That's correct. That's
But
not
I don't know
title,
what the
though.
name of it is.
Anybody else? The show is called While You Were Sleeping.
Wow, you were
That's a good one. I like deep cuts. That's deep.
This 1987 teen comedy features John Cryer as a devoted horror film fanatic.
Morgan Stewart Comes Home.
Oh yeah.
Beat me to it. Dang it.
I knew that.
Dang it.
Saves. Between that and summer school in the same year. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
There. At last. The ultimate den of iniquity.
Actually, I'm ashamed of myself that it took me that long to answer it. I should have immediately. I was like, I had a quick brain freeze.
Dude, he was, yeah, I mean, I idolized that character. Between him doing that and Ducky Dale the year before, I was like, John Cryer's my dude.
Yeah. Love to get him to do a convention. Love to get him to do it. And in Dudes, yes.
That'd be amazing.
I think he's got all that 2.5 Men money. He doesn't need the money.
Well, his recent sitcom was just canceled, so you never
He
know.
will someday.
Oh, yes, he will. I'm waiting for you, John.
Home is where the heart is.
Out of the 13 Halloween films, what is the only one that was not shot in the United States?
No idea.
Seems like it would be easy, right?
For anyone but us, yes, probably.
Sounds like, is this something they did for the tax credits?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Is it Halloween Resurrection?
Correct.
That's a total guess. I've seen that movie maybe once and a half.
And if you ever met Brad Lorry, you'd know, okay, kid, that he's definitely Canadian. Okay.
And by the way, just watched your collection episode today. Lori in there a little.
With Brad and Ken, who were visiting from Vancouver, dropped by the pad. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll have more footage of Brad when we do some more Myers masks videos. So I talked to him a little bit about the resurrection masks I have. So
very cool.
Future video.
He's the best thing about that movie.
It's not too much good about that movie. But the best thing about that movie is that he's become my friend. But beyond that, that movie's garbage.
Yeah, I rewatched. I saw it in theaters, and then I rewatched it when the box set came out. And I was like, this couldn't be nearly as bad as I remember it being. And I was like, oh, it definitely is.
You mean the box set that I won the Saturn Award for? Is that the box set you're talking about?
Maybe.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, no offense to the box.
But to be honest, didn't you just port the special features over for Halloween Resurrection on that?
On that one we did because
no one cares.
No, there was no reason to do new stuff that nobody would watch.
It's pretty comprehensive.
I mean, there was already plenty of stuff on that disc. The only stuff we did new stuff for was 4, 5, 6, H2O. And that's it, I think, really. That
H2O documentary is amazing.
That was all me. That was me and Buzz did that. That was cool. That was fun. Josh Hartnett was great to interview. He was really cool.
John Wayne faced off against faced off against a ghost in what seldom remembered 1932 horror western.
Oh, shit.
Blue.
No, don't act like you know this. Come on.
Well, I did at one point, probably when I was a kid. I watched a lot of his early 30s ones with my grandfather. I can't remember.
Give up. The movie was called Haunted Gold. Incidentally, his horse in the movie was named Duke. By the way.
Ready for more tagline time?
Oh, sure. Lordy. Yeah, okay. Tagline time? All right.
The Black Prince of Shadows stalks the earth again.
Prince of Darkness? No. Oh, Scream, Blackula Scream.
Yes.
Good.
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 More location stuff. George A. Romero's first 3 zombie films were filmed in and around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but he ventured to another state for the opening of Day of the Dead. What state was it?
Florida.
Florida.
Boom!
Oh.
I just beat you.
Yeah.
Dang.
Sorry.
Okay, well, let's go back to Blackula. Before he became Dracula's soul brother, what was Blackula's name?
I have no
I
clue.
think they only mention it once.
Yeah. It's in the beginning before Dracula curses him. That I'm not.
Jerome.
No clue.
Prince Mamwaldi.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. What is the name of the Conan-esque comic strip created, written, and illustrated by Michael Caine's character in The Hand?
Fuck.
It's not a real
Answer.
comic
No.
strip, otherwise I'd say Hager the Horrible, but
No clue.
see, I've made a point of
movie,
not
though.
watching that movie ever again, so I don't know.
What?
That's pretty
I'm
good.
not I'm out of questions too.
Not
so
a
I'm,
clue.
What was
no
it?
idea.
I'm just gonna go off my head now.
Mandro.
Mandro.
Yeah, not
Okay.
to be confused with the recent deodorant Mando that's all over the television. But
Mandro isn't poker.
Okay, this is a tough one, but it may not be if you remember it. So in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Donald Pleasance is picked up by a preacher when he's hitchhiking. What does that preacher's license plate say? Something very specific and preacher related and on the nose.
Oh. It's the scripture, isn't it? Mark 3:17?
No.
No? Am I close? I'm not close.
No.
Oh, well, fuck that. I have no idea.
Amen.
Okay.
That's not enough numbers to make a license plate. Okay.
He was just a really big Sherman Hemsley fan.
Before he was RoboCop, Peter Weller battled a rat in what 1983 film?
of unknown origin.
Of unknown
That is
origin.
correct.
I'm looking around for things to jog my memory to think of good questions.
What in the opening scene of Black Roses, which everybody knows I love
Don't know.
so dearly, what car do they drive across the opening credits and get out of the title card? It's a very 80s
Gremlin.
poster car. No? It's a nice car, like a sports car.
It's an
I'm not gonna know. I'm not a
it's
car
an
guy.
1983 Audi Quattro. No?
It was like it was a Lamborghini Countach with the doors that swing up.
Oh, they got the scissor doors then. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've asked this one before, though, so I don't know if I want to do it. Don't want to double up on Fran Drescher. But
I know the answer already.
what is it?
Santa's sleigh.
No.
Dang it.
If only the Beautician and the Beast was a horror film. Wouldn't that be awesome?
It's actually a question about the nanny. He's just going to ask something about the sitcom. And is it, do you know all the words to the theme song? And then I'm
No.
going to say, yes, I do. She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens when her boyfriend kicked her out in one of those crushing scenes. What was she to do? Where was she to go? She was out on her fanny. So over the bridge from Flushing to the Sheffield's door, she was there to sell makeup, but the father saw more. She had style, she had flair, she was there. That's how she became the
Sean,
nanny.
please come back.
Who would have guessed the girl would survive?
Let's do it.
I've been reciting the lyrics to the nanny theme song while you were gone.
Fucking name. Good stuff. All right, who's up?
Jason, did you have one? You said.
Sure, why not? Fran Drescher, as far as I know, made her one and only made-for-TV horror movie appearance along with Linda Blair in what film?
Is it Summer of Fear?
That's what I was going to guess.
I think there was an alternate title.
Stranger in Our
House. Stranger in Our House was the actual title. I think it was re-released later on as the other one. But
yeah, it was on TV, Stranger in Our House, and theatrically overseas as Summer of Fear.
I think it was also wasn't that one of the weird ones that like it debuted on CBS and was rerun like 3 years later on ABC or something like that. There were a few that were like that.
I don't remember, but yeah, and then all the home video releases are Summer of Fear. But
yeah.
Directed by Wes Craven himself.
Yes. What? Me? Werewolf?
Oh no. Okay.
Jason Bateman.
Teen Wolf
2.
Everybody got it. Cool. Susan Blakely.
Oh shit. Who is she again? I know that name.
She's the werewolf in the
in that werewolf movie. No, I know that name. What is she famous for? What does she?
She's tons of shit. Mostly dramas.
Susan Blakely.
She was in Concord Airport 79. She was in Capone. She was really in Capone. Trust me. We're seeing. Yeah, she's been in just tons of stuff.
Okay. I don't know.
Nobody?
I don't remember either.
My Mom's a Werewolf.
Oh.
All right. Our third is Mr. Dean Stockwell.
The fuck was he a vampire or a werewolf in?
Werewolf in.
Was
it one of the Howling movies?
No.
No?
I'm not sure on that one.
There was no werewolf in Paris, Texas. As far as I know.
No. The Werewolf of Washington.
Okay.
Fellow Americans, you may be asking at this point in time, what's the White House hiding now? And we would be remiss were we to lend credence to the rumor that some fiend is skulking behind White House doors. No, fellow Americans, there's no truth at all about the Werewolf of Washington.
All right, so I'm pulling a question that has kind of become a running joke at our horror trivia thing, and they ask it. It seems like every couple of years they bring this one back up.
Does no one get it, or is that why they
people get it? People get it, but since it's teams, it's like that. In Jaws: The Revenge, what was the name of the festival?
Nathan, this is your favorite, so.
It's not my favorite.
The festival that they're celebrating on the island.
Junko or something?
Very close.
Junkanoo.
Junkanoo.
Yeah.
I could hear Michael Caine talking about it. Junkanoo,
I can't keep doing this.
What quaint little island would you be on if Christopher Lee was about to shove you inside the Wicker Man?
Say again?
What quaint little island would you be on if Christopher Lee was about to shove you inside the Wicker Man? What was the name of that place?
Fuck. Just watched this not too long ago, and I cannot.
May something? No.
Close.
They did the Maypole song, but I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Summer Isle.
Summer
Isle.
In Phantasm 2, what does Reggie's hat say? He's wearing a hat that says something on it, stitched on it.
Don't remember.
Yeah.
Don't remember?
No recall.
Boogie Down.
Very good. Very Reggie.
That is
I
very
used to
Reggie.
have a boogie down hat. I made a replica one. That's why it popped in my head.
In Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein,
Okay.
what is the name of the exhibit that has purchased the Frankenstein monster
Got to be
and
kidding.
Dracula for showcase purposes?
You got to be kidding me.
It's not got to be kidding me. No,
No, it isn't.
I have no clue.
That was easily my best guess too.
I thought you'd get this, Jason. Okay.
Really?
No.
Okay.
McDougal's House of Horrors.
That was my second guess.
Was it?
Very good.
What is the name of the made-for-TV, I'm pretty sure made-for-cable, movie starring Bronson Pinchot using another like classic property of like a comedic duo from that era?
Huh?
It wasn't made for TV. I think it was just straight to video.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I don't know if it was cable or straight to video.
Like
Yeah,
Laurel and Hardy or something?
Yep.
What's the name of the movie?
For Love or Mummy.
That's correct.
No.
Mm.
And Damon knows.
How does that fucking relate to horror?
It's a horror comedy.
Is it? I never seen it.
Yeah.
It's not many
it's a
have.
comedy. it's a comedy with very slight horror elements, but Abbott and Costello made me think about it. Yeah.
Remember, when you play with a bull, you get the horns.
Oh, well, that's a relief. Then I guess this isn't who I thought it was.
In Scream, the original, what is the name of the tabloid television program which Courtney Cox's character Gail Weathers works for?
Like something talk, right? Is talk in the name?
No.
No, it's
I have no idea.
It's deceptively hard because it's something that's like so.
And it's like the shows that were on like hard.
Right, like all I could think of are the real shows like Hard Copy and like Inside Edition, but it's
Top Story.
Top Story.
Okay. Top Story.
This actually got brought up a lot on one of my last episodes. People were commenting for some reason. All right, so it's a two-parter.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so I'll do the first part and then I'll ask the next one. See if you guys can get either of these. If you don't get the first one, definitely not getting the second one. So Jason Patrick and Joshua Miller are brothers. Who is their famous father?
Jason Miller.
Who is their famous grandfather?
Jackie Gleason.
Boom. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know the grandfather. That's interesting. Okay.
It's on the mother's side. It's not Jason Miller's father. But yeah. Both vampire movies in '87 too.
Yeah. Competing, yeah.
Well, this one has two taglines, one for the movie poster, theatrical one sheet, and then one for like the VHS cover.
Okay.
You'll probably remember the VHS cover more so. But anyway, the first tagline is "Apartment for rent, inquire within." Okay.
I know that.
The Sentinel? No.
It's a good guess, but no.
Mm.
The VHS artwork says "Come closer."
That didn't help me at all.
Yeah, so say the first one more time. Apartment for rent.
Apartment for rent, inquire within.
Closer.
And I'll give you a hint on that poster. You see the door slightly ajar and somebody beckoning you in.
Oh fuck! I know this.
It's an '80s movie.
Netherworld?
No. It is a Charles
Salvatore.
Band production now.
Yeah.
No dice. It's the original Harry Potter film, Troll.
Oh, Troll.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, but he has like the ball. It says "Come closer"
Yeah.
on the
Come
vehicle.
closer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah.
Which character mask is actor Kip Niven seen wearing New Year's Evil?
Laurel and Hardy, Stan Laurel.
Correct.
Cesar mask. In the film Terror Train, how many different masks does the killer wear total?
3. I'm thinking
6.
3. 6? No.
You have a guess? You got a
I'm
3, we
just
got a
thinking, I'm
6.
thinking of Groucho, and I'm thinking of the Snakehead. That's the ones that pop into my mind. But there's more than that.
They're both wrong.
Oh.
I'll say 4.
4.
Really?
Groucho, the serpent, the old man, and the clear face mask.
Okay. Very good. Okay, that's a deep one. I got another What Me Werewolf. Okay, first actor, Kerwin Matthews.
I don't know who that is.
No.
Nope.
1973 film. The Boy Who Cried Werewolf.
Okay.
John Carradine.
Oh, well.
Howling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this one's kind of a tricky one. Casey Kasem. I don't think any of them will get it because it's kind of a trick. I'll just say it. Okay. Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, where Shaggy turns into a werewolf.
Oh, great. Does that count?
Okay.
That is tricky.
Yeah.
Do you have any more Vic or Vic?
I do. You ready?
Yeah.
Vic Diaz, Vic Morrow, or Vic Tayback in The Butcher, aka The Butchers, aka Maxie, aka Murderer's Keep.
That's Vic Diaz.
Stay back.
I'll go. Okay.
I hear a movie released under 6 different titles. I think it's got to be Vic Diaz. Just like that.
That's true. Yeah, Talia Shire was also in that. In between The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2, she did that.
What was the name of the mine in My Bloody Valentine?
It says easy.
Yeah.
This is easy. It's the dude's last name.
I know, but I'm an idiot. Jesus.
I don't remember it.
Hanager mine.
I was thinking, yeah, it was something similar to that, but there was no way I was going to get Hanager. Damn. Okay. This is kind of a deep cut, I think. All right. This horrific obscurity from 1990, starring Christopher McDonald, Jamie Rose, Aaron Eisenberg, and Vincent Schiavelli, marks the only writing credit for actor Jackie Earl Haley. So he wrote this film, wrote the story for it.
I have no clue.
No.
What year did you say? 90?
1990, yeah. Playroom by Manny Cotto before he did Dr. Giggles. It was his first film.
This might be a tough one. So, John Carpenter, Nick Castle, and Tommy Lee Wallace's band, the Coupe de Villes, not only did the Big Trouble in Little China song, but what film did they actually appear in on a television?
I do know this. At least at one time I knew this.
A film that was directed by one of them.
Yeah.
It's not Carpenter, though.
Okay, we'll eliminate Carpenter. It's one of the other two.
Nope. I have no idea.
Giving up?
I'll guess Fright Night Part 2.
Nope.
By Tom Lee Wallace. No.
Nick Castle directed The Boy Who Could Fly.
Damn it! I was gonna guess that, and I was like, "There's no way. I haven't seen that in forever."
Yep, they appear like on TV, like in a music video.
The 1973 Mario Bava film Lisa and the Devil was retooled and repurposed for U.S. distribution as this nonsensical Exorcist ripoff. What is the title?
Oh.
Beyond the Door?
Mm.
No.
Oh.
I do have options here for you, though.
Okay.
The Eerie Midnight Horror Show, The House of Exorcism, or I Want to Hold Your Crucifix.
I think it's House of Exorcism.
Yeah. That's the only one that sounds real.
Yeah.
I Want to Hold Your Crucifix.
Is real, but it's that's a fake one, believe it or not. So Dick Miller, who was a staple of the Corman Factory, and of course later with Dante and Wynorski and several other directors, first originated the character Walter Paisley in which 1959 film?
Color Me Blood Red?
No.
Not that one?
It's H.G. Lewis.
Oh.
No dice.
You sure it's not Color Me? Okay.
No.
Good.
Well, it's kind of close title-wise. Sean, did you have one?
You're saying it is an H.G. Lewis film?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's the Roger Corman film. But he played this character and then was later recast in so many movies with that same character name.
Yeah. I know several movies he played that character in, but I don't remember which one he originated in.
It is A Bucket of Blood.
Oh.
I'm just coming up with some. I'm looking at my Blu-rays and thinking of just random like.
Go for it, bro.
Okay, in the Terry O'Quinn classic, The Stepfather, he was posing as a real estate agent, but in the sequel, he was posing as what? Stepfather 2.
Counselor psychiatrist.
Correct.
2 is underrated. I really enjoy.
3 is actually super underrated.
I was going to say 3 is awesome.
3, I mean, it's actually not bad. You know? I mean, no Terry O'Quinn, but it's actually not bad.
I feel like I asked a Stepfather 3 question last time we did this.
I think so.
You did.
Because we were in the it was earlier in the spring, and I did a batch of Easter horror questions.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that they were all like holiday themed or something like that last time. Yeah.
Okay, I have another one. Just because actually this one really pissed me off at the last trivia, as I am currently working on finishing a Horror Solid Grounds episode on this movie, and I knew the actor's fucking name, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember the character's name. What was the name of the killer in Slaughter High?
I'm not gonna. Damon would know this.
And it's funny, I remembered his real name, Simon Scudamore, because I looked for his grave when I was in England, but I couldn't fucking remember his character name, and it made me insane. Of course, I remember it now because
I've not seen that in forever.
I can see like the scene of them like with him. I can't think of what his name is though.
Marty.
Yeah,
that was one I would have thought I would know, no problem, and I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't pull it out.
Oh.
It's the one that has the weird April Fool's Day rules that April Fool's Day starts at noon for some weird reason.
You were saying because it was like a British rule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I asked that question. I think that was one of my other questions
it was,
around
yeah.
like the weird rules around April Fool's Day from that movie.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny to think that, I mean, it's supposed to be American, but
Right.
it was shot in the UK. So I went to all the locations, so it's one of my episodes that I'm still editing right now. So
The 1979 Canadian horror thriller Bells, not starring Richard Belzer, by the way. Not that Bells. Not that Bells.
Crap.
The movie was acquired by Roger Corman's New World Pictures, cut by 20 minutes, and released domestically under which of the following titles? I don't even
he's got it.
Yeah,
Murder by Phone.
Yes.
I have the VHS in the other room. It's great.
Wow.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
Such a good one.
It is a great one. And Richard Chamberlain's awesome in that.
Yeah.
Okay. One last Vic, or Vic. Okay. Vic Diaz, Vic Tayback, or Vic Morrow in The Death Head Virgin.
Process of elimination says you probably want Diaz on this one.
I'm going Tayback.
It's Diaz.
But
he's
Although
right.
It does sound like a big Diaz.
He's right. I gave
Yeah,
one to each actor. You're correct.
I think I doubled up on my score from last time. I think I got 2.
Very good. Very good.
So, hey, good for me.
I think Sean wins by just purely slaughtering us.
Yeah, there's that.
Did I do that well? I don't know. I think I stumped you guys a lot on my stupid questions. But
yeah, for sure. It's like it's a 50-50 where you stump us or you get them right, either way.
I thought we all did actually pretty well.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun times.
I could redo it. Yeah. I was pissed at a couple of them. I'm like, Jesus, why didn't I? Whatever.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met you was at Texas Fear Fest 2, which I think
wow,
2008 maybe.
Yeah.
And then you were promoting Black Waters of Echo's Pond. At that point, you had the really cool posters everywhere. And
yeah, wish the movie was as good as the poster.
It's a good movie. It's fun. It's fun.
It's not terrible. But it's not good. It's in that. It's worth checking out. That's about it.
Got a great cast. You can always say that. I mean,
hey man, it's the one and only movie I ever did. I mean, I didn't direct it. I just wrote it. That whole situation is so screwy. I could do a whole documentary on how that whole thing was so bizarre and fucking Russian mob money and all kinds of. It was just, dude. Yeah, no, it was such a clusterfuck. Shot that movie in 2006. Did reshoots like a year later in 2007. Movie sat around till I think 2010. Did get a theatrical, which it did not deserve. And then sat around another 4 years before it came out on DVD and Blu-ray in 2014. It was just this movie that just kept like stalling.
Yeah.
But
I bought
anyway.
it.
Huh?
I bought it.
Thanks. I made no money off it. I got paid a flat fee. Fee. Even if that movie had been, let's say it had been the next Saw or Blair Witch, I wouldn't have saw another penny.
Really?
I didn't really care. I was like, whatever. And the funny thing about that is I was ready to go to start on another movie and my convention business started to blow up. And that's why I just kind of went, I worked on this movie over here for 2 years, busted my ass, made 10 grand. Go over here, pull that in a weekend at some shows, like, I think I'm gonna do this. So this is paying the bills. So I kind of always thought, well, when this dies out, maybe I'll go back to trying to make movies again, and yeah, I think that ship has sailed. I think about it once in a while, but I had an idea. There was this one script I really wanted to do. I wanted to do it. I wanted to direct it. And that was the one I was working on next. But it was just a slasher, throwback slasher. But then the throwback slasher thing became so fucking overdone that I don't know. Maybe I'll wait long enough that'll have another revival.
I was gonna say, yeah, any time now, I think you could go back to it.
But there was that moment there where like everything was like Hatchet. Oh, it's old school horror,
Yeah.
And then it just got so played out. Enough of that shit. But nah, I probably won't ever make a movie.
Never say never.
A lot of work, man. A lot of work. Yeah. Kind of made me appreciate even bad movies. That you realize how hard people work to make those movies. You know what I mean? It's so easy for us to sit back and just shit on them. But when somebody poured their fucking life into things, and it's not always their fault. There's so many fucking hands in the cookie jar, cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah. But I actually got lucky. The fact that I was even allowed on set as a first-time writer, and let alone was so involved in everything from casting to I even directed some second unit. I directed one first unit shot when the director was just cross-eyed. He was so tired. I even edited the movie. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't get credited for it. Me and Andrew Cohen edited the film after like 3 failed attempts by the director and another producer. They said, this one producer who brought me in said, Sean's the horror guy. Won't let him have a shot at it. And they were just kind of like, okay. And then I was the one that actually made it actually work, dude. If you had seen some of the early cuts, it was embarrassing. I mean, I went to a screening, the first screening of the film for like the main investors, and there was probably 10 people in there. I was sinking in my seat, just like, oh my God, what is the? I mean, it did not work at all, and it was so bad, it was unwatchable. Fortunately, the director was friends with this guy. Let's see what his name was. He was a director. He directed that Rob Lowe movie, Oxford Blues.
Oh yeah, I remember.
His name was Robert Boris. He was he was a good friend of. Let me see if he did anything else worth a while. Blood Feud, Frank and Jesse, Electric Glide. Oh, he did that movie, Electric Glide, and Blue.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, he did. Oh, he wrote Electric Glide and Blue.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, that guy was at each screening because he was like best friends with the director, Gabe Bologna, and he was just like, he every time was just like, this movie has got problems, And then when I went in and spent a few weeks with the editor and recut it and added things and this and that, we screened my version, and that guy, that Robert Boris guy, came up to me and he goes, afterwards, he goes, "You edited this one?" And I go, "Yep." And he goes, "Good job. You got a movie now." I was like, wow, thanks. And it was funny because the guy who was the editor, his name is Andrew Cohen. He cut almost every episode of Masters of Horror for Showtime. So he'd worked with every fucking, master of horror director-wise. And when I came in there and I sat down with him, we started going over things, and I started going, "Hey, is there any footage of this? Because I remembered shit we shot that I wasn't seeing." He's all, "Yeah, no, I got that." And we start putting stuff together. About the first hour in, he just kind of stopped and turned at me. He goes, "Dude," he goes, "you and me are on the same page. What you're saying to me is exactly what I kept telling your director." And we were like this. He goes, "You and me are on the same page." I'm like, cool. So You know, obviously I couldn't have edited on my own. I had no editing, other than editing like Horror's Hall Grounds. I had no editing experience as far as how to do it, you know, at the time. So I just told him, hey, put that there, put this there, do this. Can we do this? And I came up with, it was funny. So many things I was thinking of, just like, oh, this shot is terrible. And it's like, is there any way you can maybe shake the screen, like make it like the earthquake vibe, to kind of, so you don't see that too. Go, yeah, we can do that. I was like, every trick just to get around how bad certain things were. There was some bad shit in that movie, but obviously stuff only I see because, I was there. But there was one death scene we reshot 3 times. It just was not working. And I combined all 3 versions of the death in that one. What made it in the movie is a combination of 3 separate deaths cut very quickly to make it look like one that works.
Damn, I'm going to watch this again.
No, it's really not that interesting. But like a lot of the things on set, ideas like that were mine. Like there's a scene where Nick Manel's character gets hit in the head with a rake, and that we're trying to, when they were trying to figure out how to do it, I was like, literally like, why don't you just do the old school Savini trick of cutting it out, putting it on there, and reversing it, and that's how that's how it was done, and it looks great. I mean, you wouldn't know it was reversed when you see it in the film. Stuff like that, so I worked really well with the effects guys coming up with like how to do the gags. But there were so many mistakes. Like there's this one gag where I think it's Daniel Harris gets a chainsaw through her stomach, and they shot the reverse angle backwards. Like they completely shot it so we had to flip the film to make it, even though if you look closely you'll notice the handle's on the wrong side, but for a quick cut it was just shot from, these guys didn't know what the fuck they were doing, man. There was a lot of mistakes. But
I've done a lot of VFX cleanup work back in the day on things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you left an extension cable seeing fully visible in the shot. That's fantastic. Good, guys. Good work. Oh, you can see the boom mic in there. You can see the camera stand you left in the background because you forgot to get. Okay, yeah, fine, great.
Like there's certain things like if you look closely, there's whoever built the sets to match the house we used, because the house we used, another little bit of movie location trivia, the cabin from Friday 13th Part 4 and Pumpkinhead, as you now know. Literally around the corner, like if you pass that house on this dirt road and go around a corner, it's the house we used for Black Waters, and it's a fake house. It's like a shell. The Friday 13th one's a real house. This was a fake house. Didn't even have a bathroom. So it's like an empty shell. Well, when they built the sets to match the interior, to do all the stage stuff, they fucked up and had the doors open the wrong way instead of out or in. So if you look closely, you'll notice that but nobody notices that shit really. But it was just little things like that where
people don't notice.
Yeah, shit was driving me crazy.
I'm gonna check it out again, no matter what.
Now you're gonna be looking. You're gonna be looking for all these things that I've been talking. Here's a couple things for you. I'm in the movie a few times. There's a scene where Robert Patrick, I think he throws down a match on the ground and he steps on it and puts it out. That's actually me stepping on it. I'm wearing his costume. There's a scene where James Duvall is picking up the cards from the game and he's going through them and doing this. Those are my hands. I got little cameos of body parts. There was a different opening of the film. We had to reshoot the whole beginning, but that alternate opening is on the Blu-ray. But there's a guy who gets knives through his hands, and like his hands get stabbed to like a table, and then he pulls them up and then he runs at the camera with the knives, the blades, like this way, when you see the hands being pulled up, that's me. Those are my hands both times. Little things like that. Nobody will ever know that was me.
I thought those were your hands, but I wasn't certain.
Anybody want a picture? I'll sign it. It was a hand.
Nice.
I was a hand model in horror in the early 2000s. So.
It's worth bragging about. Why not?
Is it? Well, another bit of trivia. I don't know if you know Gabriel Bologna's father was Joe Bologna. From Alligator 2, The Mutation. Transylvania 65000.
Yep.
He was the
crazy doctor.
Yeah. And his mother was Renee Taylor. When we did the reshoots, we shot all the reshoots at their mansion in Beverly Hills. So we used their swimming pool for underwater scenes and stuff, and we used their bathroom for another scene when the girl's in the shower and she pulls the curtain. We used their bathroom. It was kind of a trip just to be in their house and have them come by set a few times and stuff. I remember I talked to Joe Bologna. I'm like, yo, Alligator 2, The Mutation.
I'm sure he really wanted to talk about that movie.
I'm so pissed I didn't get anything signed. I didn't get nothing signed.
Oh.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Right,
so
riches.
A fun little connection. She was Fran Drescher's mother on The Nanny.
Renee Taylor?
That's the
sitcom? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. And then one of the good movies he was in was My Favorite Year. Peter
O'Toole.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Yeah, he also did Honor Thy Father, which was a Gay Talese novel that was kind of like cashing in on The Godfather, basically a TV movie. It's really pretty good. Yeah, and Blame It on Rio. He's in that as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I think is he in The Woman in Red also? I think so.
I haven't seen that.
He's always in these movies where he's the other guy who's not messing around, He's the voice of reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that company, I don't know whatever happened to them. But they went on immediately to make another film that they tried to hire me on as a producer. They wanted me to be the on-set producer and kind of run the show. I'm so glad I didn't. It was called Autopsy. I think Robert Patrick was in that too. Yeah, here it is. Adam Garash directed it. He did the Toolbox Murders remake too.
Okay. That's not
Joe Bashira did the music. But yeah, it had the Russian kid that was in our movie was in this movie. Russian kid. Why do you think he was in the movie? Dude, I was constantly like cutting his lines like in the script when I found out we had to have him play the part. Yeah, Robert Patrick, Jeanette Goldstein, Michael Bowen was in it. Yeah. I remember there was a line that said he was asking about this door, being like, it wasn't locked, it was jammed. That was the line. It wasn't locked, must have been jammed, right? That was the line. And he'd go, it must have been jammed. It's like, no, not jammed, jammed. It must have been jammed. No, he could not say it. It was like, it was making it a little difficult, because it was never supposed to be a Russian kid. It was written that the twins were foreigners, but not him. Anyway, yeah, there's all kinds of problems on it. And then they're like, oh, he needs more lines. I'm like, yeah.
All his lines are one word.
His mother financed the film.
Just scream in Russian, you're fine.
He's a nice guy, though. I will say he was a nice guy. And, but...
He's out of his element.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wanted to be an actor, and that was the other thing. He changed his name. Like, it was so bizarre. Like, his name was Arkady something. And then suddenly when they came out with the posters, like, he wants to be credited as... What is it? I have the poster right here. Arkasha. Just a one-word name, Arkasha.
Cute. That's nice.
What? Not fucking Madonna. It's not Cher. You know, his name was like Arkady Jib something. Let's see if his mother's name's
Jabroni?
Jabroni.
No.
There you go. But anyway. If you're watching this, I take it all back. I thought you were great. Don't have your connected family come after me. Anyway.
It's going to be painfully obvious from my answers that I didn't Google anything. I barely understand the answers to my own questions. I'm not going to get emails. Come on. See, I've made a point of not watching that movie ever again.